I'm not the one to score points off. In fact, I got a joint to knock your points off. Young, over to God, nigga, blasphemy. I'm at the Trump International, ask for me. I ain't never scared. I'm everywhere. Alright, we got it. 3. It's going. Bam. Okay. Let's click this right here. Then we go back to here. 5, 4, 3, 2. Eyes open. Episode number 231 of the Left Hand Lips podcast is live. And what an episode do we have today? Oh man, we gonna talk about some stuff today. Now, it's not crazy stuff going on, you feel me? But it's stuff going on. And it's extracurricular stuff going on. I gotta teach today. You feel me? It's only fitting that I have my first degree and about to have my second in teaching, you feel me? And I've been working with children for so long, you feel me? Because sometimes you gotta teach niggas. So this episode is gonna be all about teaching. I gotta teach because sometimes people don't know what's going on when it comes to this basketball shit, when it comes to this sports shit. It's a reason why, you feel me, I'm the guru and you the yoo-hoo. It's a reason why. Sometimes you just gotta remind cats and you gotta, let them know what's going on. And I gotta let cats know what's going on. And it's a touchy subject for a lot of people. It's very touchy because some people are in love, like little children. Like I worked with kids for like 10 years, and the little kids are always like, "Oh my God, Steph Curry to them is Michael Jordan." Like I'll ask kids all the time, like, "Yo, who the best basketball player?" And they'll say Steph Curry, and I'll say, "Who's better, Steph Curry or Michael Jordan?" Steph Curry. Steph Curry or Kobe? Who better? Steph Curry. Everything is just Steph Curry. Steph Curry. It's adults that suffer from this syndrome called little kid syndrome too. It really is. And that's why we got these safe spaces. I wish cats would come on the podcast. That would be even better. Cause then I had the Beretta, like this. See, we ain't holding the gun like this. You feel me? We gonna have it like this, locked and loaded. Like, give me all your fucking money. That's what it would be. It would be like a robbery. Because nobody would be able to stand up here and go toe-to-toe, you feel me? With the guru, with the Schwab, you feel me? With the Swami. You wouldn't be able to. So I'm explaining y'all some stuff about Steph Curry. We're going to talk about the NBA Finals. We're going to talk about a possible trade up to the 4th pick, maybe, hopefully, to get Jaden Ivey for the Knicks. You feel me? Donovan Mitchell. It's some things to talk about. The NBA Finals. I don't know if I said that already. But before we get into any of that, make sure, if you're listening, you follow the podcast on all social media, especially Twitter, though, at Shop Heirlooms. And make sure y'all rate and review on the iTunes podcast app. It's free. It don't cost you a dime to, leave 5 stars. Write a little review. It don't cost you nothing to do that. Episode 231. Who got number 31? Ricky Davis. This is the Ricky Davis episode. It probably was Ricky Davis for 131 and for 31, but I don't care. It's going to be Ricky Davis all over again. You heard? It could have been the Shane Battier. It could have been the Sebastian Telfair. You know what? This the Bassie episode. Maybe this would be the Bassie. Yeah, this is the Sebastian Telfair episode. Just because. I love Sebastian Telfair. I love Ricky Davis too. But this is going to be the Bassie episode. Okay, let's get into the sponsor so we can get... I really wanted to start talking. So... This podcast is sponsored by Shop Heirlooms Premier Vintage Goods and Memorabilia. You can follow the shop as well as the podcast on all social media at Shop Heirlooms, ShopHeirlooms. You see me leaning forward like this if you're watching it live because the mic is here, you feel me? So I got to pause. So I got to talk into the mic, pause. So, yeah, it's mad wave at the shop. All you got to do is... come and slide. A big supply drop coming. You see the Tom Brady torty in the background. You feel me? You see how the wave just keep piling through, and it's mad new wave. It's mad everything. Getting ready. It's gonna be a big yard sale soon. Be prepared for that. It's gonna be crazy. And if you can't make it down to the shop, the shop open 12:30 to 7. Go hit the website, www.shopairlooms.store. Next day shipping on every order unless you order on Saturday. Post office closed on Sunday, so you got to wait till Monday, you heard. And that's it. Let's play the intro music so we can get into... It's so much stuff to talk about here. And we got stats we got statistics behind us. Basketball and Seinfeld. Intro music right here.
I used to roll me a big fine L and watch a whole lot of basketball and Seinfeld. Aside from my fish scale clientele, there are a few things I know as well as basketball and Seinfeld. 40 carats, phrases, 40 parrots. Mimic the style, you get embarrassed. Ditch the filthy habits. In a limousine, every limousine covered in supply fabrics. Still wreaking havoc for them cash that will rob you for your pack. Back when Robert Pack was a maverick who had chicks to give wavy wop. It's not trading cards when I say your shorty gave me tops. Teeth look like chiclets, big and white like Rick Smith's. I'm at my Travis best. The rest is average at best, and this that land bias in its purest form. Word is Bon Jovi, word is Sean. If you don't recognize it, you respond. Catch a bigger bullet than George Marathon. Ric Flair with the chops. And they thought he's gonna flop. Finally back on the top. I already made it to the finals playing with Sagana Job.
Still serve you that Will Purdue, you heard? That's how we doing it out here. Okay. NBA Finals. Yesterday, we had the Celtics lose, Warriors win. You feel me? I predicted the Celtics to make it to the finals. They did it. They beat the Nets, the Bucks, and the Heat. You feel me? I knew this was gonna happen after the first round, after like the first game. It's on wax. You feel me? Niggas remember hearing me say it and seeing me say it. You feel me? But that's neither here nor there. What I want to talk about is how I think the direction of the series is going to go from here. I saw a lot of celebration from Warriors fans. Clearly, I'm anti-Warriors, and I do not like the Celtics, and I don't like Bill Simmons. But you feel me? I want him, and I will prefer to see Bill Simmons upset. But I mean, it is what it is at this point, and I picked the Celtics because that was feelings aside. That was just what my brains my brains told me. So you listen to your brain and you got to stick with it. I think the Celtics can win. I think they play a lot of defense, a lot. They got cooked this game, though. It happens. Sometimes you get cooked. Klay Thompson ass. I've been telling y'all Klay Thompson ass. When I was on Ray Busy podcast and I was telling niggas Klay Thompson, not him, niggas were telling me he better than everybody in the fucking world. And I'm like, no, he's not. He's showing y'all now. I know he coming back from injury, but even before injury, he wasn't. Jordan Poole is way better than him. And that's just, it is what it is. You hate it or love it. But Marcus Smart and Al Horford didn't show up. So they show up. They going back to Boston. They can easily win this series in like 6. I really feel like they can win in 6. I really do. I don't know why. I just do. I think it's going to happen. Draymond Green sucks. Everybody's, Draymond's so good. He could disrespect Paul Pierce. Draymond Green, bro, he a product of a system. The nigga is not crazy. And he shows y'all, he's just annoying, son. I really hate Draymond Green. I really do not like him either. I don't like the whole Warriors. Most importantly, though, Steph Curry, y'all favorite player. Y'all chosen guy. We're going to lead off with this. Then we can talk about the other shit. So in the group chat, right? All that was said was something that was always said. Was like, yo, Steph Curry don't have no finals MVP. Like, he be vanishing in the finals. Like, they won 3 championships, right? And 2 of them, KD got finals MVP, of course, because Kevin Durant was the most impactful and best player. And the pressure was off of Steph at that point when Kevin Durant is dead. But we seen when LeBron was clearly the best player on the floor, when they lost the first time when he was averaging like a triple-double, and Iguodala got finals MVP when it should have been LeBron James. Steph Curry, we saw Matthew Dellavedova strap him for a couple games. And niggas, you feel me? numbers lie. You could look at numbers and you could see things like oh, the numbers was there, but the man might have shot poorly. The man was it was difficult for him, and all Steph got to do is have one good quarter, which is credit to how good he is. He have a good quarter, everything changes around. Like he could go for 30 in the quarter, and it's like, damn. So I'm like, yeah, Steph is not. I mean, he not what you saying, because niggas is arguing me down that Steph Curry is It went from oh, Steph don't disappear in finals. Then he had 30 in the first quarter, game one, and niggas in the chat was hip hip hooray. But then when shit started getting stinky for him, the rest of the joint, it was it's not even my man's. I'm just not gonna let y'all disrespect him. You feel me? Shit changed up, and then now the energy was different. For game two, of course. And then we get to then stuff starts. Then we get to talking about Steph Curry's a top 5 point guard of all time, and I'm not letting y'all disrespect him. Now this is where I gotta object. You feel me? Now, Steph Curry, one of the most influential basketball players, and he changed. He got cats to start shooting threes all crazy. Well, he wasn't the first person to do what he's doing. He just was the first person in a system, you feel me, that afforded him the opportunity to play like how he does. Because Gilbert Arenas was doing everything he was way before Steph Curry was even in the league. You feel what I'm saying? But I don't think a lot of people recognize stuff like that. And he's one of the best shooters ever. We got to give him that. I still would take Ray Allen, but that's just me. You feel what I'm saying? Steph Curry is a lot of things. One of the top 5 best point guards in basketball to ever play basketball. He is not. He is not. I'm sorry. He is not. A lot of people will take objection to that, because you're looking at what he could do scoring-wise, and you're not taking into account a lot of things. And so let's break this down. You feel me? I'm going to break it down in layman's terms so y'all can understand. Okay. A point guard. When you think of a point guard, what you think is the primary role of a point guard? And think of some of the great point guards that played in the NBA. Let's just take one, for example, Jason Kidd, right? Let's take Jason Kidd or Rajon Rondo. We don't even got to say Magic because that's just too easy. But let's look at Jason Kidd. Let's look at Rajon Rondo. Players like this, point guards like this, right? The point guard is usually the primary ball handler, right? Pause. Correct or incorrect? The one who initiates the offense, who gets things rocking and rolling. Isn't that what the point guard does? He has the ball in his hands. He makes things happen for his teammates, for his shooting guard, for his small forward, for his wings, and for his forwards, or his bigs rather. He makes things happen, right? His front court players and his back court mate, and whatever the case may be. You feel me? When you look at Jason Kidd, look at the players like Richard Jefferson. Look at players like Kenyon Martin. Look at who was around Jason Kidd. Look at these, and he got to the finals with. He carried these players to the NBA finals, and they were the greatest show on turf. A point guard is like a quarterback. A point guard is a quarterback, right? We could say a point guard is like a quarterback. Okay. Look what Jason Kidd was able to do for these players. How they thrived. How they became household names. How they were able to secure contracts that got people paid. You feel me? Look at Rajon Rondo. He's running he's on the team with Hall of Famers, Paul Pierce, Kevin Garnett, Ray Allen. He's the one making everything happen. Everything happen. For the most part, throughout the entire game, he's setting the taste, setting the tone, setting the pace. It might be isolated situation where you say, Paul Pierce, we need a bucket, get us one. You feel me? when you look at Steph Curry, do you see these things that I'm describing? Do you see this? Does anybody see this? I don't think so. If you're being honest, you got to be honest. Look in the mirror. Take a step back. Know what I mean? Be subjective. Know what I mean? In this. No, don't be subjective. I don't know what to tell you to be and what not to be. You feel me? That's Shakespeare. Take a step back and just look. You feel me? Now, a lot of these players I name, because I was asked, what's my top 5 point guards? I said Magic, Jason Kidd, John Stockton, Isaiah Thomas, Chris Paul. Those are the top 5 I picked, right? And Isaiah Thomas, I might even move him out of there for real. I really might move Isaiah Thomas out there. And if we can look, if we can look at LeBron James as a point guard, I'll put LeBron in there too. But I don't know how some people rules are when it comes to naming top 5s and shit like that. Because I will put LeBron in there because I always view LeBron as a point guard. You feel me? And I think he's like 7th all time in assists. So, but if not, if we don't, we can have Isaiah Thomas in and not LeBron, and then Chris Paul. And so I was told, no, I can't put Chris Paul in the top 5 point guards. You can't put Chris Paul in there. You got to put Steph Curry in there. So this is when I said, okay, now it's time for us. I mean, just look at some things. And now I'm not saying just because I'll put Gary Payton in there. Westbrook, no. I'm not putting Westbrook. But whatever the case may be, when you're looking at the best point guard, Nash, you could put Nash over there. You could put Nash in there too. But I don't know if Steve Nash was Steve Nash better than Isaiah. Isaiah Thomas won championships. You feel me? I know he's 9th all time in assists, and he probably was higher before he retired. But you can't put Chris Paul, who's 3rd all time in assists. Okay. Now I said Steph Curry is supposed to be in here. Okay, let's look. Look at Rondo. Look at Andre Miller, one of my favorite players ever. Gary Payton as well. These are point guards. When you look at these players, everything has something in common. Great passers, set the tone, just great point guards. Steph Curry, you see I'm scrolling. You can look at what I'm looking at if you're watching this live. Steph Curry is 56 all-time in assists. Kevin Garnett has more assists than him. Mike Bibby, John Wall, Chauncey Billups, Michael Jordan, Dwayne Wade, Sam Cassell, Mookie Blaylock, Baron Davis, Havlicek steals the ball, has more assists. Drew Holiday is probably going to catch Steph Curry if he have a couple more seasons and surpass him. Dave Bing is a big man, I think. Tony Parker. It's a lot of people ahead of Steph Curry. Let's go back to the definition of what I said a point guard was. You feel me? Look at John Stockton. Look at Jason Kidd. The impact that they have on their team, on their players, the people around them. Steve Nash. Oh my goodness. Mark Jackson. Magic, the best point guard ever. Probably like one of the top 3 best players ever. LeBron James is 7th all time in assists. I don't think y'all understand how can Steph Curry be a better point guard than these players? You got to throw out. We're not talking about player. We're talking about point guards. You feel me? It's a difference. It's really a big difference. Let's look at Chris Paul, who I was told we can't put in this discussion. He can't be in there. 12-time All-Star, 4-time assist champ. 4 times he led the league in assists. We know that all NBAs and all that. We know that's there. Steph Curry has that too. He averages 9.5 assists for his career. In his old age, he's still getting 10 assists. You can really sometimes even consider James Harden to be in this list because he's making a career change. But whatever. Cliff Paul goes to OKC. They become a playoff team. He goes to Phoenix. They get to the finals. You feel me? This is what we talking about here. Who can't be considered one of the best point guards ever. One of the top 5. Steph Curry, who's never led the league in assists. Has he ever averaged 10 assists? I know he hasn't, but well, y'all want to bring it up. Let's bring it up. 2-time scoring champ. Cool. His stats are, he got 2 MVPs. He shouldn't have 2 MVPs. He should have 1. He stole one of James Harden's MVPs. Like, it was a robbery, and they voted him unanimous. That's some bullshit. But as you can see, I mean, these stats are the MVPs put him over Chris Paul as a player type shit. But the most assists he's ever averaged is 8.5, and he averages 6.5 for his career. But this is the person that y'all tell me is one of the top 5 best point guards ever. Interesting. Are his stats even better than James Harden's? His stats are not better than James Harden's. Steph Curry's. Whoa. Look, at Steph's best year is not better than James Harden's, like, 3rd best year. Wow. Draymond Green, let's get back to me. Draymond Green is the point guard for the Golden State Warriors, and he's been that since Steve Kerr came and put the system that he put in place in. I don't know if you understand that, you feel me? If you don't understand basketball like I do, but Draymond Green is their point guard. Steph Curry's not one of the top 5 best point guards. He's not. I feel like I explained it as clearly as I could. I mean, if you don't understand, then that's your problem. But I just wanted to get that on the pod so it could be on wax. So I have something to, I could throw that in the chat and say, hey, listen to this. And you can get explanation. You feel what I'm saying? Chat is not showing up. I don't know why, but fuck it. Nobody used to write in there anyway. So, next, I want to talk about what I seen here on Twitter. A real point guard, John Wall. I heard that John Wall, I hope I don't get booted for putting this up here. I don't think I will. Whoa. What is that? It says that Colin Cowherd.
I love Draymond Green, as you know.
Here we go. Let's turn it low.
Draymond Green, to me, has always been Dennis Rodman, but with skill.
Dennis Rodman, but with skill.
You fanboys out there, you love your Westbrook and Carmelo Anthony. Mm-hmm. They've never made a teammate better. John Wall's never made a teammate better.
Okay.
Westbrook has never made a teammate
John Wall never made a teammate better?
Draymond Green has made every teammate he's ever played with better. Last night, he hit 2 field goals. And there's an argument to be made. Totally discombobulated the Celtics offense in Jaylen Brown and was the most valuable player on the floor. Took Jaylen Brown out of his game, led both teams in assists, led the Warriors in minutes, complete catalyst,
right,
hit 2 field goals.
This is what this was about. He said John Wall never made anybody better. Well, now, Westbrook, I might be able to give you that. Even though, Steven Adams might have something different to say about that. A lot of dump off, dunks. Because Westbrook made players worse, for sure. Sabonis was an all-star after you left him. Oladipo, you feel what I'm saying? So he might, but John Wall, I think he averaged 9 assists for his career. He got plenty of times he had 10 assists. Well, I want to see what he said back. What John Wall say back to Cowherd? It said he responded. Where was the response? Where's the response? John Wall got a few people paid. Yeah, where's the response? I want to see John Wall. John Wall's response. Oh, he didn't say nothing. John Wall got auto pulled to 4 years. Yeah, John Wall made that's completely false. John Wall has made everybody better. John Wall was an amazing point guard. Oh, come on. I thought John Wall said something back. Come on, Cowherd. I love Cowherd, but that's ridiculous. Come on now. I thought they said John Wall. I was eager to see what John Wall said. He didn't. Come on. John Wall didn't make nobody better. Ridiculous. Okay. The New York Knicks. This is what we're going to wrap it up with. My Knicks. If the Kings, I heard we're aggressively trying to trade up to get Jaden Ivey. You know what? We're going to do an episode about the NBA draft next week. That's what we're going to do. We're going to end it right there. If you made it this far, shout out to you for listening. Shout out to me for keeping you entertained. Episode number 231 of the Left Hand Layers podcast, because I definitely want to talk about this. For sure. I want to talk about this. Because Jaden Ivey trading up, Julius Randle leaving. Yeah, a lot of shit. So let's look at the Jason Burke tweet of the week. And then next week we'll talk about this. Black Coochie Matter. Jason Burke. He posted this picture, and that's what we're going to end with, because Jason Burke is hilarious. Episode 231 is Sebastian Telfair episode. Make sure y'all rate and review on the iTunes podcast app. Subscribe to the YouTube, know what I mean? And follow the podcast and the shop on Twitter at Shop Heirlooms. Till next week, we out of here.